Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Trouble Plays YouTube channel. Today is Monday, March 10th, and I'm back breaking down some more college basketball for the Monday slate. Some of the games for Sunday are not finished, so we will have a lot of games, or, like 15, 20 games on Monday. I'm going to be breaking down one game, and it is going to be a chance for one of these teams to go to the championship game in the Horizon League. It's going to be Youngstown State going up against Cleveland State. Before we do that, one game pick, one player prop. Plays for Sunday. We had the sweep. Iowa wins the game outright. Started off 9-0, very nervous, and then from there they just dominated against Nebraska. Nebraska out of the March Madness tournament, out of the Big Ten tournament. Crazy fall after starting the season 12-2 in conference. We had Michigan State dominate Michigan, and then Michigan players standing at half court, rooting the tradition of Michigan State seniors being able to kiss the center, and it's just scumbag Michigan behavior. Did it in football, did it in basketball, did it with Howard, did it with May. Doesn't matter. Michigan scumbags all the way around for Michigan. Helps the rivalry out. But whenever you get your ass kicked by 20-plus points and then throw in some garbage time points and act tough at midcourt, just ruining senior night, you just piss off. All right? I mean, that's just horrible behavior from the Michigan side, and it was dealt with by Holland, which I really loved for Michigan State. Peyton Sanford, 20-burger, going up against Nebraska. He had 18 with, I want to say, 8 minutes left in the second half. He started to get hot from three, which he desperately needed. He was really struggling from the field. Good to see him score a lot of points in that one. Then Jace Richardson, also 18 points, had the over 14.5 going up against Michigan. And, Michigan State as a whole, they just dominated the entire game, basically. And they win that Big Ten conference by 3 games. So shout out Michigan State. And then shout out Michigan State for dealing with the Michigan players at half court. 4-0 day. Let's go to the play for tomorrow. Only one play. Youngstown State going up against Cleveland State. I don't have a spread. I'm assuming it's going to be single digits, and I'm assuming it's going to be Cleveland State minus 2.5. So I'm going to take Cleveland State against the spread. I do not expect this to be 5.5, 6.5. This is probably going to be below 5.5. These teams have met twice this season. They have split. Youngstown State went against Cleveland State on the road. They lost. Oh no, at home. Sorry, they won or lost that game, 80-72 at home. Then they play Cleveland State again on February 16th. That was at Cleveland State. They beat them 68-60. So the margin between these two teams is 0. They have 1 win, 1 loss. They lost by 8. They won by 8. Looking at the stats, it's going to come down to shooting and defense, like all of these games typically do. Sometimes we'll see rebounds come into effect. Sometimes we'll see free throw shooting come into effect. Sometimes we'll see just a lack of effort, and we have games that you see, trends of they just lost 2 games. You got to get back on track here, get a big win here. These are 2 teams that just don't like each other. They've played each other twice this season, and this is for your chance to go to the finals in the Horizon League. And I am going to take Cleveland State to win this one minus 2.5. I think defense will win this game. Youngstown State all season long has not been very good on the defensive side. Cleveland State coming off a win against Northern Kentucky, 68-63. And then we had Youngstown State coming off a win against Purdue Fort Wayne. Both these teams want to win. Both these teams want to advance to try to keep their season alive. Typically in that situation, I would take the points with Youngstown State, but I think Cleveland State's just a better team. The offense is nearly the same. Cleveland State's much better on the defensive side. I'm going to take them this game against the spread as the only game pick of the day. Now let's go talk about another matchup we have with Townsend and Delaware, the Blue Hens of Delaware. John Camden is going to be the play. William and Mary, huge upset here for Delaware. John Camden in the game, 35 points off 15 shots, 8 of 10 from deep, and Delaware, out of nowhere, has won 3 consecutive games, and they are looking to punch a ticket into March Madness if they find one more win going up against Townsend. Will they do it? I don't know. I think Townsend probably beats them. Maybe the Cinderella run comes a little bit short, but they did beat William and Mary 100-78. This offense is clicking, and a big part of that, like I said, was John Camden over the total points here of 13.5 to 16.5. I'm assuming it's going to be 15.5 or 16.5. He's averaging 16.4 on the season. Townsend on the season, pretty good defensive effort. The shooting percentage is actually a little bit higher than what we typically see from a top 40 defense. They're letting teams shoot 43.7% from the field. So that is a little bit worrisome. Maybe they allow the 3-point shot in this game. And if John Camden comes into this one, lets it fly from the outside once again, we know he can make them. He just made 8 of 10 from the outside in the last game on Sunday. So I'm going to take him here over the total points going up against Townsend as the final play of the day. I know we have a couple games. Gonzaga is going to play the winner. No. Yeah, I think Gonzaga plays the winner of Washington State and San Francisco, and then St. Mary's gets somebody as well. I was going to try to break down those games. If you're looking for any other plays, those two games, I would take St. Mary's. I don't know about Gonzaga. If they get San Francisco, I would take Gonzaga. If they get Washington State, that's such a streaky team on shooting. I've watched San Francisco a couple times this year. They just sometimes they score 80 points, sometimes they score 40 points. It's hard to watch them at times. But Washington State, they can hit a lot of threes. They're pretty aggressive on the inside. If Gonzaga gets Washington State, I think I'd go with them. But I think St. Mary's, regardless of who they play, will end up playing Gonzaga in the final, and St. Mary's will take it. I think St. Mary's is a hard team to beat right now. So if you're looking for other plays, I'd probably go St. Mary's and then maybe Washington State if they play Gonzaga. Not sure how that matchup would work out. But two plays for us here. Cleveland State against the spread. Let's see if they've just dropped the number for us really quick. It is pretty late in the night. A lot of these games have been wrapping up. Townsend, by the way, is minus 6.5 going up against Delaware. Maybe take Delaware in that game. Cleveland State is minus 2.5 going up against Youngstown State. We are going to take minus 2.5 Cleveland State. And then John Camden over his total points going up against Townsend as the final play of the night. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA basketball picks and props for Monday, March 10th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please drop this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.